So you've been using StreetDeck for a while, and of course you love it, but it's not quite perfect. Today I'm going to help you fix all that by allowing you to configure StreetDeck in any way you can imagine through scripting and digital mods. First, start up the StreetDeck development environment through the installed shortcut under Tools. To get started, go to File, New, Script Project. Notice the new item that was created under the script project's tree. The first thing to do after creating a script project is go to the Properties pane and enter in the title, the author of the project, the email address, and a website where more information about this particular script module can be found. An empty script project isn't of much use on its own, so the next thing to do is go to File, New, Scripted Module, and add a new scripted module. We'll call this one Hello World. Notice how a new script document was automatically created for us, and a new empty module is now shown. To add a control to the new module, go to the toolbox and double-click on Button. Now, to do something useful with the button, we should switch to Design Mode by going to Panels, Design Mode. Now click on the button and notice the properties are filled in for it. If we edit the caption, it will also change in the button. To add some script behind the button, we can double-click on it, and a new on-mouse click event will be automatically added for us. Now let's say hello to the world by making a message box, which is a function on the module component, and we just need a description, hello world, and a caption that will show our XY coordinates of where we clicked. Now to see our code in action, we just need to run the script by going to Script Project, Start Project. Before trying to use the StreetDeck environment again, we should also switch out of Design Mode. Then we can click the button, and there we have our message box. Now to do something a little less useful, but will illustrate a concept well, we can look at all the other components in StreetDeck through the combo boxes up top. The first one contains the components, and the second on the right is all the events that correspond to that component. So now select the module component, which corresponds to all the events for this module, and let's go down and find the onRender event. And this event will occur 15 plus times a second for whatever the frame rate is set for, and is where we do all of our drawing. To illustrate this, I'll draw a little rectangle. The X and Y position will be 200, 200, and the right and bottom position will be 400, 400. And then we just choose a color, which will be a bright red, and a transparency for it, which will be 50% transparent. So now let's run the component again, and there you can see our rectangle. Another thing to note when you're rendering something to the screen is it should always be in the onRender event first of all. But also StreetDeck coordinates are all relative to a screen size of 1024 by 768. So if I make that the bottom coordinates, you'll see that the rectangle will be shown at the very bottom right of the StreetDeck application window. Even though our application window size is actually much less than 1024 by 768, StreetDeck will automatically scale to that resolution for you. Rather than using hard constants, we should use the StreetDeck application function, getSystemMetric, to get the application width, as it could change with time, although it probably won't. So now I'm going to change the left and right positions to render the rectangle directly in the center of the screen. And that concludes the introduction to digital mods. If you do have more questions, try to use the built-in IntelliSense to figure out the different StreetDeck components you can access, or just make a post on the forum. Our documentation is yet still a bit lax, but that will be getting better with time. I'll be doing a few more videos, and happy coding.